It's number 2, maintaining an ambiguous position. Hello you, how are you doing today? Still having a great summer? I hope you are. Welcome to this new episode of the Great Truth Summer School, Maintaining an Ambiguous Position. So, in this conference we'll try to understand the importance of maintaining an ambiguous position to be able to maintain a space of play, because I have to tell you, to subvert a system, you have to create a dissensus, and to create a dissensus, it's about maintaining a space of play. You could see that in another conference. Having an ambiguous position is about having a position that is complicated to identify to certain standards, to certain rules. And who says rules? Says obviously game. So I'm here going to try to explain to you that an ambiguous position is about redefining the rules, which can be an exciting game in itself. But I think that to do so, I would refer to this book of Gregory, a British anthropologist and semiotician, Steps to an Ecology of Mind. And in this book, Gregory describes what he saw in a zoo. Two monkeys are fighting. Their attitude denotes that they are fighting, but in fact they are playing. And it's possible, according to Gregory, that they identify that they are playing because the monkeys are able of a certain degree of meta-communication. And they are able to identify the message, this is a game, without having to verbalize it. And it's the same in intimacy, and that's another example of Gregory. When two lovers are having an erotic moment and one bites the ear of the other, it denotes an aggressive gesture, but lovers have this meta-communicational signals that allow them to understand this is a game, a sex game. But what happens if they stop and they verbalize this rule? Like if you stop biting the ear and you say, oh yeah, just by the way, it's a turn on, it's an aggressive gesture, but I don't want to. What will happen? Well, according to Gregory, their speech will then be in a different logical type from the one used in the game, and we can imagine that at the end of the discussion, they could start playing again, but with modified rules. Page 263. But what happens if we consider the game as the permanent verbalizations of the rules? What type of game does it then produce? I think it creates a situation where everything is a game and nothing is clear. Is it the rules? Is it the definitions of the rules? Or is it the game? The boundaries between the game and the rules then disappear. And there's no meta-communicational signals that allows us to understand this is a game. No, because everything becomes a game, a space of play. Everything is thus ambiguous. For example, my position here, the fact that I say that I want to become famous on YouTube, and then I create this whole apparatus of this conference explaining to you in a really reference and quite well thought, let's be honest, way, well, that's also about redefining the rules. Maintaining this ambiguous position where no rules applies as a rule allows us to be in a permanent space of play. When I say I want to become famous on YouTube, is it an interesting contemporary art approach related to politics? Or am I just an asshole with an artistic position denoting an enormous artist ego trip? Well, I don't know, but the game has started. I hope you appreciated this video about maintaining an ambiguous position. If it's the case, please give me a like, leave a comment in the section below, and if it's not done yet, please subscribe to this channel, Great Truth, and I'll see you next week with another episode of the Great Truth Summer School.